What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. It's been a few days since we had a crazy, almost 3-hour show. I call that the radio show. I think that'll just be one time. So today I have 3 smaller shows. They're going to be really small. We're going to be in here and out of here. Bring your questions. Again, I'm Ericka Williams. This is the author of Smartphone Millionaire: How to Invest from Your Phone, People, Real Estate, and Businesses. And the key today is we're keeping this one short. The reason I'm doing 3 separate videos is we want to kind of keep the topic and help people, if they're searching on this channel, find what they need. So last time, a lot of you, I sent out my email for people who wanted to be in the credit repair business course, but I still literally got 75 emails from folks asking random questions. You already know, if you watch the channel, that's not how we do it here. How do we do it here? If you want to talk to me, if you want to get a consult with me, you definitely hit the links I've provided in the chat box right now. And you can schedule a consult with me, and I can actually talk with you, hit your particular issues. But if I see emails in my email box, I just ignore them. I'm like, I didn't see a consult link with that one. I don't know who that is. And so I just know particular emails I use for different things. So if you're in there sending some random question, it got ignored. Also, for those of you who are in the beta course, please, as you're reviewing some of the videos, as you're in there, make sure you're sending me your questions so I can keep building it out to make it work for everyone. I think that's the most important. That's the easiest way to do it. And so how are you guys doing today? I always get these questions about, Ericka, business credit, do I need an LLC? Do I not? And I just want to explain, a lot of my earlier videos, I was very much stressing you guys to get a DBA. And people are like, why did you see that? And I was like, just to give them the bank separation for their pocket money, right? Their phone money, their Uber money, their Lyft money. Now I am more leaning towards go ahead and get your LLC if you want to separate and get bigger and better business credit lines. As I've worked with more clients, I just know from just the results and the numbers that it's much easier if you get a business credit card. And so it's just easier that way. I've just seen it work better. And so I'm always trying to encourage people to have the best opportunities, right? I want you to be able to make money, but I also want you to be in proper incorporation. So how's everybody doing today? Bring your questions. Let me make sure I'm on the right part, though, to make sure I got the link for you guys. Make sure I'm on it. So, but yeah, that last week I did that video, and oh my goodness, you guys, I can't even explain to you how bad it was. I literally went out later that night. I didn't go to bed. I thought I was, and I got sick. So it was very crazy. So can everybody see me on here? Oh, it had morning time. I see what happened. Yeah, I'm so sorry, everybody. I had morning time. I see what happened. Okay. Yeah, so I had morning time put on this one. I apologize, but yeah, they got schedule moved around. So everybody, bring your questions. Any questions you have. What's up, Frankie? What's up, 285 Property? Yeah, these are some from earlier. Sorry about that, Trent Davis. So yeah, so long story short, when it comes to when you do a DBA, you're basically still operating under that sole proprietorship, and it's just not, it doesn't work as well for you as it could, right? So sorry, I'm gonna put some links in there as you could. So you definitely want to make sure you get your LLC, and you want to have some separation there. Many of you send me questions about CPA. Who do I use? Who I use is in Austin and North Carolina. Many of you are in other states. There's so many different people we could recommend on here, but I always want to make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered. But what that allows you to do is it allows you to start building as you go to banks. You have that LLC. You actually get vendors under that LLC. You're actually building that out. That can have a stronger profile than just a DBA. Because if you show somebody you've been in business for 20 years with a DBA, really you're just doing business as. So we want to make sure to get you some more separation in there. Also, for those of you who are in the course, make sure that you give me some feedback so I know what to improve, what not to improve, what to add more to. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't want to make it a little bit clearer. Okay. And hold 1 second. Sorry, one of my links is giving me the. Hey, it's Joe Benedict here. Sorry. What are you seeing on the screen? Was giving me the answers. Was showing me you guys had questions, but I couldn't see it on my side. All right, here we go. Hello, Brendan Allen. Hello, anybody who's in the chat, who's here today. Definitely hit the like button while you're here. But overall, what we were talking about in the last couple of videos, many people, there'll be a link and this renders about how to get 100K in funding, also business credit. So there's videos I've done in the past with the answers and same questions you guys had before. The key here is credit is not the end all be all. We should be building as we clean up. And that's what you want to infer to your clients. That's what I infer to all of you is not only are you cleaning your credit up, you have to have positive things on there. Many times people are like trade lines, trade lines, trade lines. And I keep trying to let you know, even if you get trade lines, that is not how people are being approved anymore. It is a combination of primaries and AUs. If you're going to do that technique, you have to use both. Now, when it comes to what type of trade lines, right? What type of primary lines? We can start at your local bank. We can start at your credit union. You can start a secure card. You can start with a secure loan. But again, you got to get that utilization down. That's a big thing I see with a lot of people. If they actually just paid their utilization down, their score would pop up. If they just did $100 down every month to kind of pay down their balance, they would see their credit score increase. So everybody has different challenges. As you go through the course, you'll see that who we market to and why. And a lot of times the information is not universal, right? Like when I think everybody's read a particular book or everybody knows particular things, people know a bit about it, but they're usually focused on their daily lives and they cannot keep up with all the information that's changing. They can't keep up with sending letters. And hence that's why people usually buy credit repair. But on the flip side, you should be educating. If anybody comes to you and they come to your business for credit repair, you should be educating. You should be making sure they know what happens if they're while you're repairing their credit are going out still swiping their card, or if they're going out and applying for new credit. You're gonna just add increase to your list. And I always tell people like this. Oh man, thank you guys. Thank you, Brenda, for the super chat. Thank you, what the hell up 7 for the super chat. I tell people like this. If you're going to, let's say you want to get a home, always go 6 months out, 6 months to a year from now. Okay, now you know. Now, the reason people get credit repair when they want to buy a home is they're trying to fix the interest rate. Many of you are getting offered some really bad interest rates, 7, 8, 9, 10%. If someone's offering you 10%, run. You will be amazed how many phone calls I get of people with really bad interest rates. Run. And again, this whole channel is built on you making money and having investment income that comes at 15%, 20%, 10% up. But you also can't be on the backside being taken advantage of. You have to make sure that you are on top of your stuff. And so for a lot of you, if you say, well, Ericka, I just want everything cleaned off my credit. That doesn't make sense if you're 35, 40 years old, there's nothing on your credit at all. You're zero. They're going to be like, what, was this person in jail? Was this person in a coma? Do they have a paid off car? Like where are they living? So everybody leaves somewhat of a paper trail. So again, if you see, like sometimes people saying, well, Hispanic people are coming here and getting loans. Sometimes they are, and sometimes their business is getting loans, right? So they're getting that EIN number that's absolutely free from IRS.gov, and they're making sure they got a bank account. Bank of America has been notorious for making sure they get this, getting a lot of Hispanic people bank accounts. Like they do a lot of deep marketing in those communities, because they want them to get their money there, because they know if they give them a secure card, they're going to pay the payments. They know if they give them a credit card, they're going to pay the payments. But a lot of times they do a lot in cash. And if you don't market to those people, that cash goes somewhere. It either goes to flea market, it goes to businesses, it goes in our society. And so businesses are trying to get advantage of that cash. So Again, many of you are going to encounter people who are just wanting credit cards for vacations and credit cards for emergencies. Emergencies are your savings. Emergencies are not, credit cards are not emergencies. Your savings are for emergencies. And so you want to kind of encourage people who are working with you to be studying, to be saving some money somewhere. It has to be going somewhere. So that's the bulk of it. But for business credit, again, many people ask me all the time, Ericka, do I really need an LLC? If you were coming to me and you say, Ericka, I don't have any money, I'm broke as a joke, and I'm just trying to get out there and Uber and Lyft and get started, get some money in my pocket, I would go, okay, get a GBA, open the bank account, at least start funneling money. But the way you can get paid now with dailypaid.com and some of the other apps are letting you get paid every single day cash, you'll have the money to buy the LLC by the end of the weekend. If you're Ubering, if you're Door Dashing, if you're Instacarting, if you're doing those things, you'll have the LLC and you can get the EIN number for free and open the bank account. It's a very simple thing that many people are missing about the business bank account. And you maybe needing more than one business bank account to even entertain your company's services. So don't get stuck with one bank that isn't very flexible, that isn't friendly with lending. It's your business they're trying to earn. So make sure they're earning it. So that was on the tip on the business credit. Again, when it comes to vendor lines, many of you are not asking about vendor lines. Even though I've talked about this a million times, most of you are not asking me about vendor lines. You're asking me about credit cards, unsecured credit cards. And really the money is in the business lines of credit. The real money, the real behoof is in the business lines of credit so that you can be growing your company and using working capital. Now, don't be out there telling the bank you need working capital and then be getting your business line of credit and going to Hawaii. Like be consistent here. Have some reasonable expenses that make sense, try to match it up, So again, also check your habits. Many of you, I will see patterns and habits where there's just like repo after repo after repo. So somewhere in there, that's an income problem. That's not just a credit problem, right? Because you could get in, there's a book called Living Well with Bad Credit. People, oh, I can't believe people aren't fixing their credit. Well, there's 50 million Americans right now with bad credit. And when I mean bad credit, I mean under 530 credit scores. Over 50 million people. So those people are in our society. They're going to work every day. But here's the problem. They're paying more for insurance. They're possibly getting turned down from jobs because a lot more jobs are worried. If I hire you and you got bad credit, you might do sketchy stuff, which doesn't make any sense, but it's an old theory. So they stick with it. Also, trying to rent apartments. Many of you have stuff that you think, well, I got it off my credit. Well, it's on LexisNexis. It's on a Yardi, which I worked in apartment industry. So Yardi has all kind of people's evictions on there, and people are like, no, I got it off. They don't know that. They don't know that it's still on there. Okay. Secondly, the interest rates you guys are going to be receiving on things are crazy. They're just crazy. So again, if you feel like you have habit problems, you may need a Dave Ramsey, kind of pay a lot of things off. Even in paying some of those credit cards off, you'll see a bump. I even tell people to do the 10% rule. Let's say you have some credit cards that are only, and here's a big one. If you've got a $300 credit card, I saw this in one of the credit repair groups, and I also saw this question often, Ericka, how much of a $300 credit card should I spend? My answer is zero. And people are like, you're being rude. And I'm like, I'm not, because honestly, there's not enough skin in the game for you to actually get much, right? So if you have a $300 credit card, that means you're getting one of these really cheapy credit, terrible cards, or you just got a secured card, at max 30%. But for me, I wouldn't use more than $10. I'd get gas. Now, 30% on this card is going to be $90. I know someone's going to say in the comments like, it's $90, 30%. With a credit card this lean, yeah, I might just spend $50 and that would be it. I would say if this is a secure card, I'd be adding $100 to it every single month for the next year. Every time your credit limit increases, you will see some points go up on your credit report. But again, like when you have $300 credit cards, you're not going to get 20K Amex in the mail. You're not going to get a 20K Navy Federal credit card. You're not going to get that because they're comparing it off of what your other cards are. If you have a bunch of $300 cards, my first advice to you would be either put $100 on it every month to get it up to get to $1,000. try to start getting a bigger, better card, which would mean you'd be paying on time. So your credit should be improving. So you should be able to get access to $1,000 card somewhere. Capital One, baby steps. Visa. But again, stay out of these stores. A lot of people get in these stores and start trying to get Best Buy cards, Victoria's Secret cards. That shopping cart trick is just to get you your credit kind of showing you have more than one card, right? So the shopping cart trick that I talked about in the other videos is just to help you get 1 to 6 lines, right? Because we keep saying you need 1 to 6 healthy reporting lines. But if you already went to the bank, let's say you say, Eric, I already went to the bank and I got a secure card and I got a secure loan. I would say get what's your third one? I don't know. If you get a Capital One, great. But let's say the secure card and the secure loan are low. Just add $100 to it till you can increase, so it goes up. But yeah, I'm writing it out as I said, because that's how I usually talk to people on the phone. But that's really a big problem I see as well. So you have small cards, small limits, and you got the bad stuff on there, kind of weighting it down, bringing it down. So you need the positive to help your credit move forward, and that's just a really, really important part. So let me see what any questions you guys have in there. Yeah, real money is the business line of credit. It just is. Like every seminar, every mastermind I've paid to be in, every big name business person who has 2 or 3 restaurants, 2 or 3 t-shirt printing shops, 2 or 3 barber shops, it's the business lines of credit that's helped them keep the business afloat, help them keep marketing, advertising. And then the course, you guys see me talk about it multiple times. You must market the business. You must. There is no, I'm just going to do word of mouth. That doesn't exist. You have to have paid traffic. People hate it. They hate hearing that. But when you go on Facebook and spam and keep telling people you do credit repair, I promise you, all it does is make people not work with you. I've seen it with my own eyes. People are not trying to work with people who keep spamming. They're looking for somebody who has credibility and are drawing people to them and sending traffic their way. So Thomas Jackson, I got 20K total debt, mainly owed hospital bills. Okay, so depending, again, in the last video I talked about, look at your state statute of limitations. If it is saying, hey, it ended, they can only ask you for 3 years worth of, that's what you have to really focus on. You have to see if they're basically kind of going past it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Statute of limitations on debt. And even so, like, I know people are like, Ericka, you don't understand how, sorry, I state, don't understand, Ericka, I don't have life insurance. Life insurance and healthcare, not just life insurance for, if I die, but you also need healthcare. You need health insurance, just the basics. Just for teeth. Like there's a guy I work with at Papa John's. To this day, I can't remember. He was a manager, and I promise you, they were like, no. They were like, dude, you've been working here 3 years as a manager. You're making 50K a year, and your teeth are missing from your mouth. Unless you're on drugs, you need to get your teeth fixed. And I remember him just being so hurt. But I was like, bro, that's basics. Like you're never getting anywhere without good teeth. If you're not taking care of your health. And we had a teacher one time at school, and I appreciate what he said. He was like, I couldn't afford health insurance. So me and my wife ate really healthy. We worked out every day. We drank water. We got a cold. We made sure to do all these teas. But most people don't think like that because we live in America and you can go to any ER and get health care. At the end of the day, that stuff will go on your credit. That's the incentive is for you to buy health insurance. And so again, this course, this video, my whole channel is about making more income so you can buy that. So I'm gonna show real quick the sorry, so many ums today. The statute of limitations on debt per state. Again, if someone is sending you debt, if you have old 20,000 worth of old debt, right here, check it out. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona. This is also on www.thebalance.com. You can find these. Just put state by state statute of limitations on debt. So again, you see how it says oral, written, promissory, open. Okay. Open is when you look on your credit report, if it says open, see how the limits change, like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they're usually smaller, usually. because that means they're actively open, talking to you, trying to pursue you for the debt. Promissory is like, let's say you wrote a contract or you're at the hospital and you signed for healthcare. The year is different. Written, oral, like this is oral. Okay, again, on this oral stuff, some of them is going to have different meaning, but at the end of the day, when people are trying to call you about debt that's old, you just let them know, hey, this is past the statute of limitations. I no longer want you to call my house. Do not call here. And the problem is many people are not confronting their debt. So, that seems to be the problem. But again, look at these state times. Again, like we said last time, Illinois and Indiana are crazy. 10 years. Iowa, 10 years. Kentucky, 15 years. That's debtor's prison. That's ridiculous. Mississippi is 3 years. I guess they figure you ain't paying 3 years, you're done. Missouri, 10 years. Goodness, those northern states are crazy. Ohio, 15 years. It's crazy. So anyway, that's the statute of limitations by state. Definitely go see this. Again, and here you go. This is even better. Okay. This is the actual definitions they're going to use for this one. Oral statements made in an oral contract, verbal agreement to pay back money. Nothing was written. Promissory note, written agreement to make back with certain interest rate, certain date and time. Mortgage and student loans are types. Open-ended. Credit card, store credit, lines of credit are open-ended. If you only borrow the money on time, it's open-ended, right? So again, open is when you look on there, and sometimes you're on your credit report, you'll see paid close, right? So again, that means the account is closed and they usually paid as agreed, but it's still on your report. So there's a lot of different things we could go over. Patrick O'Nish, what do you suggest on paid traffic? On paid traffic, I think a combination is best. It depends on, okay, so if you are like me, right? If you go on Facebook right now, you'll see, let's say you type in Forex, right? I know this sounds crazy, but you type in Forex, but then you get it out the search bar. You'll start seeing a lot of like little markers following you, like sponsored ads about Forex, right? Different people. In the course, I even show a guy who does a really great job of paid traffic, and he's done it for years. He's in Dallas, and it's like, this is crazy. But it starts with simple $1 a day Facebook ads. It starts with, and you got to niche it down. You got to niche it down to like a 5-mile radius of your city. That really helps on Facebook. That's why I talk about Google Places. So Facebook 1, 2 is Google Places. Google Places is not necessarily ad marketing, but Google AdWords is. But the reason I'm saying Google Places, because if you put your businesses right here, my business, whoa, Evan Carmichael, stop playing. That's not the real Evan Carmichael, is it? It might be, you guys. So if you put Google Places in there, like bing, Google Places. And what you're doing is you're saying my business is located at this location. You can actually start doing Google AdWords marketing from there. So, and do the 5-mile radius from that location. So people see you in Google searches. They'll see you in a lot of different stuff. If this is real Evan Carmichael, I'm cracking up, you guys. But thank you for visiting, Evan Carmichael. Let's see. Julia Dixon, teeth are important. Teeth are important. They really are. Patrick O'Neach, what platform do you suggest on paid traffic? In the cannabis space has a lot of restrictions. I mean, a lot of restrictions on traffic, and I'm trying to use business credit. Okay, so you have to determine, I don't know if you're using CPO or what your type of thing is. I would definitely, if I were you, I'd find out which platform am I allowed to, right? Or I would not say the sneaky way. I would say, is there a backdoor way to talk about your product? So one of the people I follow on YouTube is a fitness person, and they don't talk about the product being about marijuana or cannabis. They literally go, hey, this really helps me get good sleep. You guys should go check it out. Here is, the product. And they love showing it, but they're using an ad. That's all that is. That's an ad. So if you are saying you can't use cannabis words or phrasing on certain platforms, find out what platforms those are. But again, my top 2, 3, I will always say I'm bigger on YouTube. So I use YouTube AdWords. Then number 2 is Facebook if I have to use it. Number 3 is SEO, right? So I pay for SEO from a small company in Austin. And for some other techniques, a few other techniques. But essentially, I find a platform that works for me. Twitter doesn't work that great for me. Some of these other marketing places don't work that great for me. But what works great for me is YouTube. YouTube works great for me, and Facebook works great for me. So find your platform that you work best on. Can you do video? Can you do a video about the benefits of your product without even talking about it? Is there a way to say, hey, this is Patrick O'Neeson. This is the benefits of my product, blase, blase. So I wasn't going to make this one too long today. I hope you guys got a lot of good information. Definitely hit the like button. It's about 55 on you here today. Again, you already know today we're doing multiple shows kind of back to back because I'm trying to make sure we keep them small and niched. But I see there's a few that came in. Cam, hey Ericka, the credit repair business course is gold. Thank you, Cam. I put the links up for the course above this. I don't know if you guys are able to see it. I might have to put it in there again. If you want the t-shirts, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, this is the red version. You guys usually see me in the black version. That link is also below. Donnie Breeze, business structure question. Should I credit holding company first? Then should you create a holding company first? Then corp/LLC credit repair business. That is totally up to you. It depends on your future goals. Many people are having like they're going to break off and do real estate. They're going to break off and do other things. So with that, if you know that's your overarching plan, I would say yes. But if you don't know right now, if you're just like, hey, this is no Derek Bailey, no 2-hour show, we have to keep it kind of niched. That was absolutely fun last week, but we're trying to keep it a little bit tighter ship. This video is going to be about credit right now. I think the next video I have is about me going to Dallas this weekend, and we'll be doing some live shows in Dallas. So I know you guys are busy on the weekends, but hey, you can check out some of the live shows, live questions from Dre and some of the other people there. Number 3, I think the last video was going to talk a little bit about immigration and some other stuff. You know how I do. So yeah. Oh, what does the shirt say? If my stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Let's see if I can. Can you see it? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs. It's a shirt I wear often, and it's in a ton of pictures, and it's out of a great guy who's in finance in Dallas, but like this is the red version of it. So I'll definitely be in Dallas this weekend. I'm going to be able to speak on tax liens investing Saturday. So I'm excited about that. But I definitely want to come back here because I literally got about 70 emails about wanting to be in the credit business repair course. Then I got like 100 emails of random stuff. People, I'm like, don't be in my email like that. And then my third is I did get an additional bulk of people actually buying credit repair. So everybody, we got you this week. Be patient. It's all systems. It's all systematically responding to everybody in emails and catching up on phone calls. So I always try to enforce that. But again, if you're in the course, make sure you are giving your questions so that we can improve the course and make sure we get everybody's on the same page. Again, that's the email. If you want the course, if you need to speak with me, you know, here are the links below. Don't hit that email if you want to speak to me, because I'm going to just ignore it because, again, we know the proper protocols here on the channel. The second link is for you to speak to me. Set up a consulting call. But again, let's remind ourselves again, 1 to 6 active reporting, healthy, positive credit, right? That's what we're looking for. That's what we need at all times. It'll help us even as we're getting bad things off. If you have no positive, your score won't move. If you're not paying some of those credit cards down or some of those loans down, your score won't move. That's a lot of the 2 issues people are facing when people want to get a home. Find out what the lender is requiring of you. The lender requires all the things to be paid. Then I don't know if you want to work with that lender or just kind of keep attacking your credit to get some of those things off your credit report. So again, you know, I kept it simple. Alan J, thank you for the super chat. Keep it pushing. I really appreciate the super chats. Again, who else? What the L7 gave a super chat today. Good topic. And Brenda Allen, I apologize, gave a super chat. So thank you guys for attending today. It's a really great show. Let me see. Any other questions before I get out of the door? When will the rest of the videos be uploaded? We're doing some today. We're doing some tomorrow. We're doing all over the weekend. The key here is the bulk of the course of what you need to get started is in there today. I basically broke down the ebook into sections. So you got step 1 through step 7, what you need to do to help people. You also got your marketing in there. You also got your website in there. You got your information to catch it all. So to get started. So again, you got an email. You got questions about what's missing. Definitely hit me up in the email. CJ, hey sis, I missed you have to catch the replay because we're getting out the door. But look, again, on the business credit major question, definitely try to get the LLC. That's my final verdict. I've gotten 50 emails about that. Get the LLC, people. Get the LLC. Make sure you get the business bank account. Make sure you get the EIN. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I'll see you guys in the next video if you hang around. So, everybody, later.